Welcome to Wisdom Outlined Coaching. My name is Askar Khan, your math coach. Our mission is helping you learn. In this lesson, we will try to understand what is factor theorem. So let us dive into the lesson. In our previous videos, we have already studied the definition of a polynomial. We have also studied what do we mean by zeros of a polynomial. There are videos available. Please go and watch those videos. You have already learned in your lower grades factoring a polynomial by splitting the middle term. Now in this video, we will learn what is factor theorem. Let's take an example and figure it out. In order to understand factor theorem, let us factorize this polynomial x squared plus 3x plus 2. So let us write down, let p of x be the polynomial x squared plus 3x plus 2. We have already learned how to factorize a polynomial by splitting the middle term. In case if you have forgotten, let's learn it again. Splitting the middle term, or it is also called as sum and product method. Now the sum is the coefficient of x, which is plus 3. And the product is the multiplication of the coefficient of x squared and the constant, which in this case happens to be 2. Now, think of two numbers. If you multiply, you get 2. And if you add, you get 3. In this case, obviously, the only two numbers that if you multiply, you get 2 is 2 times 1. Is it possible for me to get 3 from 2 and 1? Yes. How? By adding both numbers. So when I multiply 2 and 1, I am getting the product 2. When I add, I am getting the sum 3. So it's working both the ways. So let's come back to the polynomial and let's split the middle term. X squared. Can I now split 3x as plus 1x plus 2x? Because we are taking these numbers from here, plus 2. Now let's factorize the first two terms. What's common in both? X. So can I remove x out? What remains in the bracket? You already know how to simplify and factorize two terms. X times what will give me x squared? X plus x times what will give me x? 1. Let's go to the next one. Let's factorize this. What's common in both? 2. So I remove 2 out. What remains in the bracket? 2 times what will give me 2x? X plus 2 times what will give me 2? 1. So now observe. What's common in both these terms? X plus 1. So can I remove x plus 1 out? What remains in the bracket? X plus 2. So the factors of this polynomial x squared plus 3x plus 2 are x plus 1 times x plus 2. So we got the factors ready. Now let's draw some conclusions and observations from this. Okay, we have factored this polynomial x squared plus 3x plus 2, and the factors of these polynomials were x plus 1 times x plus 2, isn't it? Now observe. What should the value of x be so that this becomes 0? Can you think? It should be minus 1, isn't it? If I put x as minus 1, will this become 0? If this becomes 0, then the whole thing becomes 0. In other words, if I put x as minus 1, is the whole polynomial getting 0? It is. So can I say minus 1 is the 0 of this polynomial? 0 of this polynomial? Yes, because what do you mean by 0 of the polynomial? That value of x which will make the whole polynomial equal to 0. So in this case, if I put x as minus 1, the whole polynomial becomes 0. So when x is equal to minus 1, the polynomial becomes 0. So x equal to minus 1 is the 0 of the polynomial. Okay? Now let's come here. Can I put x as minus 2 so that this becomes 0? So in other words, if I put x is equal to minus 2, even then the whole polynomial will become 0. So the zeros of this polynomial are minus 1 and minus 2. Got it? But now observe carefully. If x is equal to minus 1 is the 0 of this polynomial, can I say, if I bring the minus 1 there, x plus 1 is a factor of the polynomial? Can you observe? If x is equal to minus 2 is the 0 of this polynomial, can I say x plus 2 is the factor of the polynomial? Understanding? So, if x, in general, if we make a statement, if x is equal to a, can I say x minus a is a factor of the polynomial? Factor of polynomial p of x. If x is equal to minus a, bring the minus a here, can I say x plus a is a factor of the polynomial? Yes. So this is called factor theorem. But observe one more thing. Let's do it the other way now. If x minus a is a factor of the polynomial, can I say x is equal to a and a will be the 0 of the polynomial, which means p of a will be equal to 0. Understand this? This is nothing but factor theorem. In other words, if x is equal to a, then x minus a is a factor of the polynomial. If x is equal to minus a, then x plus a is the factor of the polynomial. In other words, if x minus a is a factor of the polynomial, then p of a will be equal to 0. If x plus a is the factor of the polynomial, then x equal to minus a will be the 0 of the polynomial. Got it? Let's try some examples. Let's try this out. Examine whether x plus 2 is a factor of this polynomial and of this polynomial 2x plus 4. Okay, let us first think. Examine whether x plus 2 is a factor of this polynomial. The moment it says that x plus 2 is a factor, can I say x plus 2 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 2. Minus 2 will be the 0 of the polynomial. In other words, p of minus 2 should be equal to 0. If it is, then x plus 2 is a factor. Correct? So let's try for x cubed plus 3x squared. So let us find out what is p of minus 2. Wherever I have x, I will plug in minus 2. So this is going to be x cubed, meaning minus 2 the whole cube, plus 3 times minus 2 the whole squared, plus 5 times minus 2 plus 6. Okay. Minus 2 the whole cube is how much? Negative 8. And plus 3 times negative 2 the whole squared is how much? Negative 2 the whole squared is 4. 4 times 3, 12. So plus 12. Then 5 times negative 2, negative 10 plus 6. Okay. Negative, now just add and subtract. And when you do that, is p of minus 2 equal to 0? It is. Because p of minus 2 is equal to 0, that means x plus 2 is a factor. What is the spelling of factor? Okay. Is a factor of the polynomial. Understand? The same logic goes for the polynomial. Let's label that as g of x equal to 2x plus 4. Let's find out what is g of minus 2, whether it will be equal to 0 or not. So wherever I have x, I'll plug in minus 2. So 2 times minus 2 plus 4, which is minus 4 plus 4, which is equal to 0. Great. So g of minus 2 is also equal to 0, which means x plus 2 is a factor of even g of x. Understand how to test whether a polynomial is a factor of another polynomial? This is the application of factor theorem. Okay, let's try this. Find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor of this polynomial 4x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x plus k. Now remember one thing. Whenever you read a problem, just don't jump into solving it. Take a step back and try to get the bigger picture. What are the concepts that are being applied in this problem? Get the big picture of the problem first. Get the strategy of solving the problem first. And then start solving. Don't just jump into start working out the problem. Okay? So let's understand again. Find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor of this polynomial. The question is telling that x minus 1 is a factor. Okay. If x minus 1 is a factor of the polynomial, let us put x minus 1 equal to 0, then x is equal to 1 should be the 0 of the polynomial according to factor theorem. That means p of 1 should be equal to 0, isn't it? So now let us take the whole polynomial p of x, which is 4x cubed plus 3x squared minus 4x plus k. equate it to 0 when x is 1. So 4 times 1 cube plus 3 times 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus k. This whole thing should be equal to 0. Should be. Why? Because according to factor theorem, if x minus 1 is a factor, then 1 will be the 0 of the polynomial. Okay, so now it's a matter of lower grade simplification. 1 cube is 1 times 4 is 4 plus 1 squared is 1 times 3 is 3 minus 4 plus k, isn't it? So plus 4 minus 4 cancels, which is 0. So 0 is equal to 3 plus k. I want to find the value of k. So move the 3 on the other side of the equal sign. It becomes minus 3. So k is equal to minus 3. Found the value of k. Got it? Let's get the bigger picture again. If x minus 1 is a factor of any polynomial, then x is equal to 1 is the 0 of the polynomial. So put p of 1 as 0, plug the value of x as 1, do the simplification, and you will get the value of k. Okay? I hope this video has made the concept of factor theorem clear in your minds. You need to solve more and more problems to get the practice. Thank you for watching this video. You were watching lessons on Wisdom Outline Coaching. Our mission is helping you learn. My name is Askar Khan. If you're looking for math coaching classes, you can WhatsApp me on the number given in the description as well as shown on the screen. Thank you. Do subscribe to this channel and share this with others too.